Wow, that was just so loud, but that's just not justice. Okay, so waiting to be served. May take long. But yeah, as you just heard, that's what the bigger problem is. Well, actually, I'd rather say just the problem. So just got told by the manager that we're waiting 15 minutes this afternoon. Yeah, maybe very crowded. Oh my god. Yeah, man, the wait is not the problem, but this is. Quite obviously. I would kick them the hell out if I was the manager. Well, they're going.
I'm hoping that they're not going to sit next to them if they...
I hope not. Honestly, I hope not. Yeah.
If it is going to be the case,
they're damn annoying. Yeah. And now they left the waiting area, just got a table. But, I don't know, that was just so loud. That was just too loud. I don't care if they're 3 or 4 or 5. I don't even give a tenth of a fuck. Well, that's the thing. That quickly reminds me of why I would never have kids. But at least now they're calm. So, I'm gonna play some games while waiting for food. Which one would I want? Critter Escape. Oh, I see now. It reminds me of that game where there's a mouse and I move it around. Oh, okay, yeah. Here's the detective. So I gotta. Oh, yes. Okay, so here's the detective. I gotta make it out. Here I go. Yeah, so this is the second level. I drag a guy. Yeah, this reminds me of that. I don't remember the name of that game, but there was that one of that mouse. You drag the mouse through the living room, away from the cat. And I passed. Oh, there. I'm safe. I got 3 stars from that. I'm at the 3rd level now, so let's just gonna make sure that. Oh, here's the exit. Yeah. Yeah, but it seemed kind of tricky at first, but yeah. Found a way out.
Can you ask them to...
Here they start again. Here they start again. Yeah. What? Wow, that was just so loud, but that's just not justice. That's not justice. Dinner was a good lunch, though. Bye, bird. Enjoy it, birdie. Yeah, so just finished, but that spoiler didn't yet. Well, look at these. The man, the myth. Wow, some very nice burger figures.
Should we put a pencil into the nose of it?
Yeah. That would be hilarious. It would look just like Jeffy. Well, now I'm at the... Man, every time. Alright, yeah. So, tomorrow's Mother's Day. So, made a quick trip to the cemetery just to see my grandma. Hey. I came here to say Happy Mother's Day. The Mother's Day special thing. There's... Yeah, well, now there's a sign saying long hoses, which is for people who stop their car. Idiots, really. I don't know if I should say that, but people who park their car on the opposite side of where the gas lit is. Only in the last few days have the workers at this Costco place realized that a lot of people who come to this gas station park their car on the other side of where your gas lit is to get gas. Look at that figure at the back of that Audi. Oh my god. This is incredible. So tomorrow's Mother's Day, right? Chose today to have a good lunch at Red Robin and go to the cemetery to honor my late grandma who died when I was only 5 years old. it's a good weekend, much better than the last two in terms of being able to go to the ocean side. Since the last two weekends, the roads were slippery, but this weekend it is to be a very much summer-like weather. Well, that for sure will sound like the right weather to go to the ocean side. Should I really have bought these sunglasses? Because you can tell from the lenses. One person did tell me while I was out walking, "Hey, you look like a spy." And I'm like, what? Yeah, those were the sunglasses that I have brought on March 2nd from Nordstrom. I keep thinking, like, if I should have got these or not. I bet they would fit my grandma very well, even though she's 100 years old. She had recently turned 100 years old. I think I talked about this. Like, she had previously claimed that she was born in 1927, but then we have figured out that she was actually born a year earlier in 1926. So this year she is 100 years old. Holy wow, you heard that, right? Like, they really are still going. Oh my god. It was getting bonkers here for a moment, I'm not gonna lie. So it's been a few days since our former neighbor Allison has completed her move to her new house, which I hope she enjoys her new house, and that the new owner has come in today. So this morning it has been quite loud in the neighborhood at times. Well, let me talk about my take on the Beautifica 360 show that I went to watch yesterday evening. Well, it did turn out different from what I had expected. Yes, it was all about illusions, the beauty of world, the beauty of life, and such concepts, but 90% of the show is all but illusions. And the thing is that when you look up to the ceiling, because it's a 360 degree screen, that when you look upward to see the visuals, which a number of critics mention the potential of people getting a neck strain. And yes, it's a 60-minute show. Also, a lot of people argue about why the ticket prices are so high for what is just a show of visuals. I mean, I get it. I know that it's meant to be relaxing. I know that the intent is to, it's some kind of like an ASMR, right? It does give a sense of relaxation. Well, that's one positive, at least, when you see circles move around or ripples, whatever. But on the negative side, it's basically like what I said, the potential of getting a neck strain, because even TripAdvisor argues that the prices are too high. The thing that most people tend to criticize about this is that there may be too many colors in certain effects throughout the show. But yeah, this is James Hood's Beautifica 360 show. My point of view was that it was more like a meditation show. Well, it is time of sunset now. To be exact, it is 7:40 after 2 nights of watching movies and a day of watching a show of illusions this week. The Fallen Kingdom of Jurassic World is still on Netflix, and from an email that I got, there is this other movie that I'm excited about, which is about underwater life, I guess. It's called Remarkable Bright Creatures, which only yesterday was released on Netflix. Well, my 2-month plan for Plushables has worked. Yesterday I had filmed an episode of Plushables where the characters enjoyed a toy that looked very much like them in the same animal. That's why I went to Hobby Lobby for a second time to get the pack of safari animals that comes in a count of 12. I think there are 3 or 4 different packs that contain 12 types of animals, like safari animals, farm animals, underwater animals. Amongst the animals in the pack, there's a tiger, lion, panda. The story of yesterday's Plushables episode was about Lobo, a wolf, being mad that there was not a toy of a wolf in that pack. Well, it's kind of crazy to me that there's a panda, like looking through, there's a panda, there's a polar bear, but there's not a grizzly bear. I'm like, how is there not a grizzly bear in that pack? Lobo be like, hey, if that pack has a tiger, a lion, why not a wolf? And she'd be like, you know, I'm gonna sue the company. So, I got May 22nd and June 5th left for this season, and since next season will be the final season of Plushables, I am going to start it at a much earlier date. So I am only going to have a 3-week break from Plushables, although technically 4. I will start the 4th and final season of Plushables on Friday, July 3rd. So it is going to be a long season. Which yesterday I have left the first clip of it until quite a late time. But yeah, my 2-month plan has worked. I have done an episode based on the Punch story and one of those plastic animals. You can see a lot of spaces here are still blocked due to the roof work that is to go on across the neighborhood. It's been like this since late November. So earlier, while heading to my barber to set an appointment, when we got into that intersection, crazily there was a Mercedes Maybach, and I thought why it was going so fast. Getting into the area, he was going berserk, and I saw it's like, yeah, it's one of the luxury models of the Mercedes brand. It's the Mercedes Maybach S680, which is known to consist of multiple tablets and is also known as the super sedan. All right, guys, so it's the end of the day now. I am going to call that the end of today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the vlog tomorrow. Bye.